Never joined this quick before.
The game was just nice to me. Right, we're gonna put up the chat. Give you a minute. Oh shit, that's Eminem. Don't want Eminem, we want YouTube. Yep. Yes.
When is the next time you will play Human Fall Flat?
Oh, I'll do that tomorrow. Yeah, I can do that tomorrow if you want me to. Either this or that. That's actually a good idea. I should have done that today instead. That's my bad. I'll put this Discord link in the chat. If you guys could just test
playing Minecraft looking for squids.
So you guys
I
could just
can't
test
find
this.
any damn squids. I
You guys
got
could just
Human
test
Fall
that.
Flat on my Oculus. Discord server, URL YouTube channel, URL blame Degumgi55. CIMZSW60 BoP833Q Twitch channel, HT.
Human for flat and Oculus, nice bro. If you can test. I was playing Minecraft, look at squids, can't find any damn squids. Look in the ocean.
I also have a gun mod on Minecraft.
That's a why would
Earl
you have
YouTube
that?
channel, EarlBTGG55.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Trophy
Stanley
earned,
worked
welcome
for
back.
a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427.
I named all the guns Orphan
He
Slayers.
sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
I am in the
Orders
ocean, but
came to
when
him
I
through a
actually
monitor
need
on
them,
his
they're
desk,
gone.
telling him
For real.
what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders
So set it on easy instead
though he
of
had been
peaceful.
made exactly for this job.
Now push on when you reach the
Stanley
buttons.
was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the
Peaceful
monitor
remove
for him to
squids.
follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
So
And
you
if
know,
I'm
All
on
his
normal
years at the
mode.
company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong.
Oh.
Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Then skill issue LOL, joke, I think there's a spawn egg.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he
Spawn
couldn't
egg
find
and
a
survival,
trace of
yes.
his co-workers. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Well, it is because you're fucking talking.
They are often near mountains or in the middle of the ocean. I'ma watch on my phone and play Minecraft.
Okay. Ooh.
Oh, new content?
I am
What does that
placing
mean,
blocks and shit
new
'cause I'm in
content?
fucking Minecraft.
I want to go this way.
Ya deluxe stuff.
That should take me to the raid. I want to go this way. Oh shit. Here we go. Ah shit. Here we go again.
That's what was supposed to happen when you push the on button.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe
Brian,
features exciting new
why
content
did you kill the
that broadens
villagers?
and expands the world
This
of the
is not
Stanley
your way
Parable,
to craft.
delighting audiences
Sure,
the world
Steve.
over.
This is my craft. But Brian,
Please step
skip me the
inside and
rest.
see what thrilling new
I think
adventures
I like
await
that
in
name.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
You were supposed to be a Herobrian. I think I like that name.
Is it
Creative.
broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's
And
on to
thus
the
a
new
legendary
content.
monster
I've
was
never
born.
been more ready. Let's do it.
Monster.
I have to say, initial impressions
I'm
of
gonna guess
Stanley
which side
Parable
it's on.
Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them... oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
It's on that side.
He sounds like the guy from You've Been
Guessing.
Framed TV show.
He does.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
All right. All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Can I? Finally!
MR Beast Circle. Content room.
Oh my god, thank you. You have no idea how happy I am. The jump circle. That may be completely pointless. I'm guessing I'll just go for all the jumps. Oh my god, you have no idea how happy I am. So final jump. And goodbye. Now back to being floor ridden.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content,
fucking
I
jump.
can just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes, I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Bro sounds like the type of guy to go into Morrison's and complain that it's too old and money hungry.
Yeah. Alright. That was something. But we got to jump. That's the half. I'm so happy we finally get to jump, bro. Yo, can you guys check that link on the Discord server to make sure it works for me, please? This is new.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you. Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares? Oh, never mind. You're not a dork.
I can crouch.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
What is this place?
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was?
He sounds
before
like
it was
the Cat
solid
Cut
with a cheap
Cringelord
PlayStation
voice.
port? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally
Kinda does.
launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
They got a fake BAFTA.
We name a cane summer.
It's not 2013. It's currently 9:43. It's currently 21:43.
We fell in love.
Buy unpressurized gas.
And Helly Western Brown.
Yo, it's the dead guy. That's crazy. Love and memory, little Stanley. Is that? I can't read what it is. Is that a hamster? Is that? I think that's a hamster.
Hi.
That's cute. Hello, welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome, Jazzy. Oh, this game isn't giving me a headache. It's quite
And
peaceful.
over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any
Got a
form of
fucking
art,
Scottish
Stanley
accent.
Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk.
Blood is yapping about a
with an hour
freaking
of
game.
new elevator
For real.
content.
There was another place. There was another place I could go to. Memory zone maintenance. Huh. Stanley. I'm not gonna go through and look at all of this, like in a fuck ton of detail, but if you want to, feel free.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com.
Welcome, 7
The
viewers,
Stanley
thanks for coming in.
Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation, boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
I can't. I can't get through. Is this part of the game? I'm guessing I go back.
These were simpler times, Stanley.
Yeah, I do.
But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
They're glowing in.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick
Thumbs
them.
up-y thing. It's a thumbs up. It's a happy one. Hang on. 1 second, chat. I'm just gonna turn on my lamp. There you know, you can see me a bit better. Lift me up. Dickhead. Thumbs up this way.
this one says? While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can
Yes.
tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered. What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for
Stanley.
just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the
This game
Stanley
is
Parable.
amazing.
That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customers.
I thought we was gonna walk
Yes,
across the
a
water.
skip
But
button we shall have.
Eager.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for,
Not
and I'm
the
very
grade.
proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up.
Now
Go
this
ahead
game
and make
is
me
neat.
shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all, until the end of time,
Gotta wait
at
until he
which time
finishes
everything
dialogues.
all at once, so,
Yeah.
now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. Got the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say... the story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all,
It's a
until
loop.
the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see...
it's a loop.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more...
Oh my god, okay.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a
I want to listen to his
display
dialogue,
of
but I just want to
self-
skip it immediately.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks.
You can go look up the actual dialogue for this.
Hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about...
He's not speaking.
LOL bro had enough.
She dead?
Who wouldn't?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point.
Oh, he's not dead.
It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth.
Oh, fucking quit your mindless rambling. Every time I press skip button, something changes.
Rude.
So I'm gonna look and wait.
He can't be dead, he is your narrator.
Is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
Oh, he's going insane.
Is never the end, 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 is never.
Welcome on worst nightmare.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
He's going insane.
Is never the end.
Guys, I don't think the end is never ending. Okay. What's changed this time?
Who wouldn't go insane? You keep pressing the A button.
Well, I'm not
Poor
gonna.
narrator didn't get paid enough for this chaos.
He gave you the button. Nah. He gave an autistic teenager a button, a bright yellow skip button, broke it down to me exactly what it does, and expects me not to push it constantly.
We know.
Oh shit. Yeah, something's definitely changed. I asked for change and I received. Fucking hell. I think he went, yeah. I think he went
He
insane.
gave us the button, why we wouldn't press the button. Emoji happy tears.
I think he went insane and killed himself. And now this place has just been left to rot. And look, I could probably like get out. Dude, he's just showing the passing of time.
That's OFC me when I wanna know what's gonna happen after this button.
Oh, and then... War? Question mark? I love that nice and peaceful one. Fucking turn into a horror game. Still not. Oh! When did this happen? The button's broken, I can't press it anymore. No. But look, I can now escape. What happened the last time? Was it still there? Look, it's just... We're now in the fucking desert.
Freedom. You broke the button.
Finally free. No more mindless rambling. I guess we just head in one direction and just keep going.
Okay, never mind, the narrator turned into 9/0.
Is he still alive? I'm actually getting a bit concerned now. Where's the narrator? Oh shit, we're back.
All of his co-workers were
He's
gone.
alive!
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Look out for anything new, chat. Anything new.
Last famous words is never the end.
New content.
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
I've already been down there. Going this way now.
Oh, we back in time, yay, which means here comes the long yapping.
No. We're going a different way this time. Because we went on that cart. The first time we went on that cart, we went that way. Now we're going this way. See, look. It's different.
Nananan.
No, it's not. It's not different.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content
Skip
for it
button.
should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra
Skip button.
deluxe nonsense. I say we
Cassowary.
take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to
It's
announce
black.
for the first time ever, the Stanley
It's black and scary.
Parable 2.
Ah! Oh shit!
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many
No.
different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Oh no! The ferns! God, I hate it with a passion. For a fucking PowerPoint. Fucking Microsoft PowerPoint.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work
'Cause the
itself
end
out.
is-
Game
no.
development is much more of a fuzzy
Stanley
magic.
Parable
Don't
is
you
a pretty
hate
good
most
Stanley
things
Parable.
with a
Also,
passion?
really.
Yes, I do. Valued investors make value investors this way to the show floor. Oh, what the fuck? Remember
Up for
chat.
Fox News 6 p.m.
Remember chat. Don't go in the elevators because the
Here we
music's
are.
copyrighted.
Go on, try out some of the new features.
I can stand on the chairs now. I just took a screenshot. Hang on.
This building looks similar to Finding Frankie.
I just took a screenshot.
Ick. Nah bro, committee a crime.
3 new easy trophy.
I thought I recognized it.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers,
FR bro, this building is literally Finding Frankie but less colors. Yee.
Oh, I wanted the thing. I want a free trophy.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well.
Oh, I used them
Oh,
all.
wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Can't we just break the fourth wall and escape this madness in the yapping parrot?
I agree. I wanted the jump circle. Oh. Exit. Well. If you want to go check out everything in there, watch the fucking tutorial.
Oh, goodness. Stanley, this is very awkward. I hate to do this, but before
Crashing
you leave,
out,
you
are
really
we?
should go to both the exhibits for the bucket and the collectibles. You see, there's a surprise I was going to spring on you later, and it involves both of them. And I really do hate to break the illusion, but it's important that you go see the collectibles and the bucket, okay? All right, I'll get out of your hair now.
Infinite hole. No screenshots.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this
Bro,
one.
right now I
think
don't
that in
know
the
what's
new
real
version,
and fake
the
'cause of
office
this
could use
game.
a bit of
Emoji
decoration,
crying loudly.
like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
I thought
You
that
know,
was the
sometimes
point.
when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
God.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No. No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
And that's the problem.
I'm getting my bucket. I'm getting my bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered
said it had to
chaotic
be a
sense of
problem?
reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I am happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding
Me.
the bucket, a sense of calm
LOL,
and
the bucket
ease
one
will
is
fill
funny.
your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel
He gonna
perfectly
get
normal
triggered.
and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest,
I punch the glass.
it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain
I'm
in the ass
listening.
that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Bucket!
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Really?
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All
Time
this
to
and
break the
more
rules.
Await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
No,
Ah.
not really.
Ah. Worth a shot.
Does anyone
But
give
I've
out
got our
awards
bucket
for
now.
most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Okay, I got my bucket. Chat, what we naming the bucket?
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
If it... Okay, right. It could either say
Duck
my
the bucket.
online... It could either say my online user, my YouTube user, which I doubt, or my real name,
Name
which I
the
also
pair.
doubt.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now,
Oh,
the
okay.
button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are,
Duck
and
it,
simply
bucket.
become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling
Oh,
in
I'm
love
Jim,
and
bruv.
being heartbroken
Pussy,
as
oh.
Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
No.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush!
Bro,
That was
Jim in
you!
our life
The
is
button
chaos.
described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from
I
all
want
of
the
this
Jim
personal
button.
Whoa there,
Jim,
cowboy.
Jim,
Sometimes a
Jim,
person can be too
Jim,
much
Jim,
Jim.
Jim,
I'm
Jim,
putting the Jim button
Jim,
away.
Jim,
Otherwise,
Jim,
soon you'll start
Jim,
to lose
Jim,
all sense
Jim,
of who you
Jim,
actually are.
Jim.
Hell no, I'm not waking up in the morning with Jim.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play. An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
I'll go down the infinite hole.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
I want to see if there's a bottom. They always do this with infinite holes.
It's like we
They
are
have a
falling to the
bottom.
other side of the
Okay,
earth.
Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the
Yes, I know it.
Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity.
Called it.
From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so
Jeez.
clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead
No.
and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Minecraft just crashed, sad.
Damn, bro, that sucks. Restart it, that might work. I'm saying down there, I like this hole. I'm gonna name this piece of paper Frank. I'm gonna name this piece of paper Sid. I'll name this piece of paper Samantha. I'm gonna name this piece of paper Retard. Nah, I'm joking. I'm gonna name it Jesus.
Tocam.
I'm gonna name it Jesus. And now we got. Yes, we got.
I was replacing
We
a
got
lectern
Allah
for
and
10
Jesus over here.
minutes trying to
We got
make a villager
Samantha,
have
and we
mending.
got Bob over here.
Name one Bill.
Okay, so we got Bill and Jesus, Samantha and Bob. Hell yeah. And then all of these Siggies are just Sigs. We're gonna call them Sid the Sigs. There you go. We got Martha
Bill,
the Mug.
Jesus, Samantha, and Bob.
We got Martha the Mug, and then we got Samuel the Speck of Dirt, Sarah the Speck of Dirt,
And name the bucket Jim. So we are now decided to live in the most infinite hole.
then we got Spacecraft, the Speck of Dirt, and then
Answer please.
then we got the Jim Bucket. Got a lovely family here.
How
Love.
much to make SMR?
How much to make ASMR? Like if you're talking about donations,
What's your body count?
if you're talking about donations, I
Question, where is the TV, bro? Jim gonna be bored without TV.
Nah, bro, we don't need that. We got Sigs. We'll be hitting the. We're fine.
It puts the lotion on its skin.
All right, chat. All right.
Poor Jim, no TV, sad. How much to
Bye,
make
Bill.
SMR?
Bye, Bill.
Just go
Bye,
up
Samantha.
already.
Bye, Jesus. Bye, Bob. Bye, Martha. Bye, Bye, Sids. Bye,
Do you clap
bye, all
granny
dust
ass cheeks?
specks. Me and Jim Say peace.
Great. Now, I'm very excited.
I'm black and
Oh,
disabled.
for
Can
heaven's
you help?
sake.
I'm gonna return.
0002p.
You. The problem
How
is
much
that you
for
like
asthma?
holes too much.
Put that bucket on your head.
Everyone, I
How
gotta read
much for
chat.
SMR?
That's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time.
I'm
Don't need to
black
see it
and
all, but
disabled.
not
Or
Can you
else it
help?
gets the hose again.
You have a weird sort of.
Hand
That was
pink
perfectly
waving.
timed. Just a, and then I paused it. Hang on, I gotta wait. Hang on.
LOL narrator getting triggered.
5% say,
£10 for ISMAR.
I'm black and disabled. Can you help? What do you need help with, bro? I can help you with anything. We just swapped. We just shot up to 12 viewers. Fuck yeah! Hello everybody.
Free.
If you want to join the Discord server,
How
pin
much
comment.
for SMR?
The Discord server recently got nuked, so if you want to come support me, that'd be great appreciated. How much for ASMR?
Get off your phone and interact with your stream.
I will
Bro, it's
do.
now a quick fall cause the narrator had enough LOL.
I will do ASMR. I could do ASMR at some point if I get big enough. I could start an ASMR series, but for now it's just gonna be stick to gaming. Yep.
Toe nibbling.
Yeah, bro. Toe nibbling.
Yes.
That shit on top.
Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the
7.
teleport button and
Clap
come
my
join
cheeks.
the upper bar.
No thanks, I'd rather not.
I have never seen such a messed up live chat.
For real.
Had enough?
I would
I'm
love
positively
asthma.
thrilled. Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for
Infinitely
accountability
deep.
and
That's what your
marketing.
mother says to me,
What's
like
going on
joking.
here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the whole
We should
event.
blackmail you into
Let's try
ASMR.
something. Let's
We
pop
are
back
living
up to
our
the top,
life,
and
narrator.
we'll
Let
see if
us
it
have
gets any
fun.
shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to... How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes,
I know.
but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just
Please
do what
SMR.
it is you're here to
I know
do.
you love
Hit the
holes, but you
teleport
can't feel the
button when you're
it.
ready
That
to
sounded
move
so
on.
wrong. I can't.
Is the teleport button not working? You sure?
LOL bro literally hates
I
holes
really don't
now.
have an explanation. It was working just a moment. Still nothing. Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this.
Don't restart the game.
I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't
OFC
bear to be
he
away
does.
from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole. I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Yes. Right, chat. Let's get to work. It's now me and you guys alone in the hole. We got Bill, Jesus,
Avada
and then
Kedavra. Emoji magnifying glass tilted left. 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 Emoji magnifying glass tilted
We're
left.
moving!
Emoji magnifying glass
Get
tilted
outside
left.
world, we're going
Emoji
down.
magnifying glass tilted left. Emoji magnifying
Hear that,
glass
Jesus?
tilted left.
We're going
Skipping the
down.
rest. The voice faded. ERN.
Jesus, we're going down.
Emoji watermelon.
Yes.
Emoji watermelon. Emoji watermelon. Emoji watermelon. Emoji watermelon. Emoji watermelon. Skipping the rest. Emoji watermelon. 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 Skipping the rest. Yoa. Hit 122G. We can feel the power.
We're going
3 will
down.
away.
We're going down.
Emoji magnifying glass tilted left. Emoji magnifying glass tilted left. Emoji magnifying glass tilted
person?
left. Emoji magnifying glass skipping the rest. Stop fucking spamming emojis. Emoji magnifying glass tilted right. Emoji magnifying glass tilted right. Emoji magnifying glass tilted right. Skipping the rest. Wait. Since when was I a moderator? Emoji railway track. 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 Skipping the rest. 3 will away. 3 will away. We look ugly as hell. Bro, I swear. 3 will away.
Right, this is all just essentially over. I got chat spamming. I got all this shit going on in game.
And 9 people. No. Emoji magnifying glass tilted right.
Well, why
Emoji
emoji?
magnifying glass tilted right. Emoji
Nah, I'm
magnifying
keeping
glass
that one.
tilted right. Emoji
Look at this
magnifying
shit.
glass tilted right. Emoji magnifying glass tilted right. Emoji skipping the rest.
Stanley?
Bro in focusing at our ugly face.
Stanley!
1
Thank God
0.
you're awake. It
Does
seems you
that
had sort
count
of
as
dozed off
doxing?
there.
No, I love
This is now
that.
2050.
That, Stanley.
I loved
Keep
it.
changing yourself.
Just so darn
No, it doesn't. It's his
fascinating
plug,
that I
not
want you
his
to be
home.
wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop
12.
in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really truly focused
woke
on
us,
the
we.
whole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many
I
years
liked
here in this
it.
hell, and I'm looking forward to all of them.
He ruined
Stare
our
at
lovely
Stanley.
dream.
Oh, Alicia,
Are
I
you on
loved
the good
it.
stuff?
Bye. Jesus. Jesus, we're moving again.
Yee.
Oh, no, we're not. I thought he left, which means we're gonna have
13.
a fucking acid trip again.
Did reveal, please.
No! I'm going back to the
Here,
infinite
go
fucking
on,
hole.
Try out some of the new features.
14. 3 will away.
The most infinite hole. Fine, it ended. I'm going now. I'm going back. I'm gonna have a fucking acid trip again. I'm having a fucking acid trip. I don't care. I'm having a fucking acid trip. Where's the?
Ooh.
No.
15. Ema stock. 3 will away, baby girl. Thanks. I have never seen this many trolls in one stream.
I'm gonna crash out. Actually, yeah, speaking of trolls, we gotta deal with that. I've been just hearing it over my mic while I've been trying to play the game and entertain actually all the real people. This shit's been fucking pissing me off. Timeout.
Ika.
30 minutes.
Question: how long Jin will camp on our hand?
I don't know. I'm not complaining. We got a friend.
I have a story.
Go for it. Oh shit.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game.
Brutal
In the
closet
Stanley
ending.
Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no
Bucket instead
reward
of Teddy
for
said.
collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
He looks really hot. I'd fuck him in the arse. What?
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
I know, right?
He looks like the owner of Garfield Cat. I'll probably go to sleep but have fun. What?
Sayonara, mate. That is coming in. I appreciate it. Yeah, I got one of the collectibles.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
No, they're
yes, I
fucking
know
awful.
it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment.
No.
I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready?
No.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Ooh. Jump circle. I have jumps now.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different
Bigger.
arrangement.
No.
Okay, yes.
I wanna
this
get
is
down
much
there.
better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a
I
coherent
feel this
video game
narrator
at all. It's a
making
lot
us
of
as his
gags.
test rats for
And I
his
do very much
weird-ass
enjoy
creations.
creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
Get me in there.
I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all
just
the
saw
magic of the first
collectibles
game.
and they're
I wanted
infinite
fans to
hole and
love it.
everything.
No matter how good these gags
How big
are,
is
they won't
it?
stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of
Once
the
upon a
original.
time there an
Wait,
ugly dragon that got
maybe
bullied and
that's
there
it.
was I think
I
3
can take the
princesses.
original
They
Stanley
were all in
Parable
this
and simply-
jail-like place.
well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really,
How big is
really
it? The game?
tremendous
I
title
think the
screen.
game's like
A title screen that says with bold and
a
uncompromising
fair few
conviction,
gigabytes, like around 20
"This
gigabytes.
is
The other
Stanley
dragon
Parable
found that
2."
funny.
Let me see if I can
Once
whip
upon a
something
time
up.
there was an ugly dragon that got bullied.
Perfect. Go
Uh,
ahead.
and there was I
Take a
think
look.
3 princesses that were in this jail like place. Dragon found one of the princesses beautiful, and the other dragon found that funny. W story. Oh, what? We got a game inside of a game. We have a game inside
We
of
broke
a
the game
game.
rip.
We have a game inside of a game. A game inside a game. What the fuck? A game in a game. What is going on? Like my
Hi,
head right
Caleb.
now. Hello,
This is the
mate.
story of a man named Stanley.
No! Not again!
Stanley worked for a company in a big
balloons.
building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons.
Playing
Play
a game and a
fast.
game and a
All
game and a
fast.
game.
Fine. Enjoy, hello.
On his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day.
That's the start of the
every
game.
month of
Toes.
every year. And although
Facts,
others
bro.
might have
Facts.
considered it soul-rending,
This is a really
Stanley
good
relished
game.
every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
I've got if it brings me back to the start of the fucking
And
game,
then
I'm
one
gonna
day,
crash out.
something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would
This is a
never
really good
quite
game. Yeah, it
forget.
is. It'll
He
give
had
me a
been at
fucking
his
headache,
desk
but
for
it's
nearly
good.
an hour when he realized that not one single order
No
had
risk,
arrived
Caleb,
on the
I
monitor
can
for
see that
him to
LOL.
follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even
Yeah,
say
hence why I don't have a
hi.
girlfriend.
Never in
I don't
all
care.
his years at the company.
Obviously, I
had
wouldn't
this
mind,
happen.
but I don't care.
This
It's not gonna kill me.
complete Isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and
I love
regained
you
his
so much.
senses, he got up
Can
from
I
his
raise
desk
you up?
and stepped out of his office.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone.
just
What
balloons.
could it mean? Stanley decided to go
The
to the meeting
dragon
room.
saw her
Perhaps
every
he had
day but
simply
was
missed a
nervous to
memo.
talk to her. Eventually he did. I was there, I watched it. He told her how her felt. She was ska. Make
She
things
was
weird and
scared.
you are banned.
She's still flame. Didn't speak of this. Oh, that's a story and a half. I've got a phone call from a random number. What the fuck was that? Weird.
Can I be your Discord kitten?
Oh, fucking random spam caller. Chat.
Stanley
Bucket!
picked up the bucket.
Oh my
Yay, and
god.
banned the shit out of you.
Oh my god, fucking spam callers, bro. Honestly. I keep getting scam likely on my phone. Oh my god. It just says unknown number, brackets, scam
Carries
likely.
my mummy.
Carries.
Can you be my Discord kitten?
Carries my mummy. What does that mean? Who are you carrying?
I left a note and a girl picked it up.
Oh my god, right, I'm gonna answer this blooming phone call and see who this is. Bro, this shit's pissing me off. Right, ring me again, bro. I fucking dare you. I fucking dare you. Ring me again. Ring me again, bro. Oh, right, you're in it for it now. Go on.
Will you stick it in?
Right. What the fuck is going on? Oh god. God, I've got.
I can hear it.
I've got a fucking stream on, bro. I've got a fucking stream. Oh shit.
Yeah, me too.
Oh god. There's this chat, there's this group of lads. Let me mute this call, hang on.
L.
Chat, it's a group of lads that has literally just rung me and pulled up my fucking stream. They're calling off some sort of fucking McDonald's tablet because their resolution is like 140p. Every resolution's fucking 140p. Like, you can see the pictures on the camera, bruv.
The dropped the N-bomb.
No, you're not hallucinating, right? They've said what they wanted. Ciao. I didn't hear anything they just said, so yeah. God. God, I just got off a call from him and I got a call from that same guy and he just went right in the room thing. He just called me the N-word. He just called me the N-word. Nah, that's cold. He said the hard
Call
R.
bro back.
He just said the hard R. He just said the hard R. Nah, bro. That's crazy. Now, bro, I'm blocking this geezer. Hang on. I don't know who it is. This random person added me, and ever since they added me, they've been fucking constantly calling me. As soon as I pick up, it's just fucking constant.
Hard R.
Yeah, they said the
Well,
fucking
you're
hard
white,
R.
so you're fine.
Oh my god. Fuck off. Manage friendship.
It's James Nilsson from Heath.
Block. Report, block, their spammer. They're creepy or annoying.
Wait.
Submit. Thanks, report, block, done.
Is this on Snap?
Yeah. Hang on, they sent me a voice note with the caption N-word, so I'm... And it was! And
Since
it was!
when did you have Snap?
I've always had Snap, I just don't tell anyone about it to keep it personal. But somehow someone's managed to get their hands on it. It's probably some random spammers obviously got their hands on it. I only
We
give
are
my
going to pull up to 3 Willow Way.
I only give my Snapchat out to a
Damn.
select few people. So yeah. Anyway, look, enough with that bullshit. We got the bucket. That's all that matters. We got the bucket. Which way were we going? I can't remember. Oh nah, bucket's like this way. There's no content room.
Yeah, damn.
Stanley clutched the bucket
Asner,
tightly to his
please, we
chest
will pay.
and entered the door on his left.
Fine.
Yeah.
Still no
We've
one
already
was
seen
here.
this.
Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers. Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy. It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
Instead of ice, use toenails.
It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket.
What's your
This is
fat
your
football
companion
team?
and lifelong
Kinda
friend.
weird.
You can't hand it
Yay,
over.
the narrator makes the things even weirder.
Getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall
Narrator,
to
I'm
imply
gonna yeet
that
this
you
gin
and the
to
bucket
your
are not
face,
truly
cheese.
deep and lasting friends.
Please, what's your
That your
favorite football
relationship is
team?
purely
Oh, sorry, I didn't see
superficial
a
and
chat, mate.
convenient?
Favorite football? That's a fucking kick-ass poor screen. Favorite football team? I personally don't. I'm not a football guy. Don't support football. Not saying I don't like it. I just not. I never really got into football. I'm not one of those boys that are into football. Not your typical teenager. But if I had to support a football
American
team,
football or soccer ball?
if I had to support I'd support my local team. And I support my local team, Ipswich Football Club.
That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your
I
path
always
in an
found
even
football
partially
pointless.
enticing manner? Well, I'd never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape
Am
of
I
your
banned?
feelings for the bucket, as they have changed and evolved over the years.
You're not banned out my chat. You want to give the broom closet a piece of my mind? Oh fuck you,
Clearly
pussy
not.
rough.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go.
Don't give up,
There.
Tim.
Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom
Can I
closet,
give you
with all
back
your
shots?
meandering philosophical
Bro, the broom
diatribe.
didn't even said a word. What's wrong with this narrator? Ben Riz.
The fuck, man, just say?
Tribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Then gay dude.
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see? I feel
Obvi.
that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Something about your back. Favorite color.
Blue. Got it on braces, got it on my headphones, got it on my back wall.
You know what?
There.
I could take the name calling and the dismissal
likes
of your
a bit of
kinship
hot
with the
dog.
bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment.
Blue
and to be
whites.
honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay
Blue
here all
earbuds.
you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of
Property
cleaning
of
supplies.
Stanley.
Easily the most
What
childish
did the
such
broom
room
even
I've
do to
ever
the
been.
narrator to go that crazy? Emoji
For
crying
real.
loudly. Favorite animal.
Red panda.
Girl.
You can see Reggie there. Good old Reggie.
I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Yo, is that game free? Just wondering.
It's not free, mate. I got it free off PlayStation Plus, but it's not free for non-PlayStation Plus users. It's a good
The
game. Though.
game
It's called
zone
the,
sign goes hard.
This is called it's called the
10
Stanley
million or
Parable.
boy with you coiled up.
What the fuck? Hang on, hold up. Did I see that right? The game zone sign goes hard. Yes, 10 million or boy with you oiled up. Nah, mate. I mean, I said he was fit, but
We all know the answer. Poor
I
broom
s-
got violated by the yapper's words.
I said he was fit, but I didn't expect that kind of question to be ever asked of me. Jesus. I don't know. Loki, I think I might actually take the 10 million. Might take the 10 million pounds. No, I'll take the 10 million quid.
Yup, it is free. I just downloaded it.
Oh, sweet. I don't think he's gonna say
Is
anymore.
both an option.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. That's what I'm thinking, Nightmare. That's exactly what I'm thinking. I think that's it.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness.
Where did
Stanley.
Jazzy
God
go?
knows I tried. So,
That's what I'm saying, I
I
haven't seen them in a
implore you
while.
to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
This is where he had a crash out. I'll go and take the bucket up to the boss's office. Chat, do we go up or down?
I'm still here.
Chat, do you want to go up and down? Up or down? Up or down, chat? Up or down? Up or down? Up or down? Up or down? Up or down?
Go up.
Bet.
Up. Yo, maybe later could you do a Minecraft stream if that's
Another
okay?
miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs.
The down will give us a
What
loop, make
about
us insane.
Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
I'm not doing any more streams tonight. It's quite late for me already.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
The
Even
bucket.
now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding
Okay.
light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It
Oh,
would
hi,
be with
Jazzy.
him, always. The bucket would. and he
Hi.
knew it.
Hello.
The two of them were
I got to go
inseparable.
right now, see ya.
At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad
Alright, see you
behind
later,
the
Jackson.
boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion
Thanks for coming in, and
that
see you
the
in the next
pin
one, bro.
number for the
Peace.
keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation. Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little
Go
Stanley
back and put Jim
figurines.
in the broom
And now
closet.
I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley?
Bouquet
What
Pat.
name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
A hidey hole. Go back and put Jim in the broom closet. I can't. Door's locked. Sorry, mate. Seems all those trolls have finally fucked
Have
off.
you seen a hole?
Yes, I have. I've seen many holes in my time. But none as big as the one I saw today.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together,
As if.
if not for the bucket.
I meant
Soothing him,
in-game.
comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment
Yeah,
of uncertainty,
the not
he
so
would be
infinite hole.
right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret
Nightmare
did
is
this place
that
hold?
Allison in your
Stanley and the
PFP?
bucket both wondered to themselves.
Yeah.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs.
I found my
The
people.
bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do?
That
or
makes
not
your
to do
user
in the
make
first
sense.
place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the
Emoji
bucket.
wink.
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
More fucking spam callers.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
Do you actually kill
Walking,
squirrels?
Eating, working, all of it monitored
For
and
sake,
commanded
bro,
from
more
this
spam.
very
Oh,
place.
seriously.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good.
Chat.
Two best friends, Stanley
You said
and
two
the
off
bucket,
last time, and
up
I couldn't
against
get
the
to it.
world.
We're doing off. We don't on, we're doing off this time. Let's see what happens.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and
Rip power
darkest
to facility
enemy,
laughing.
freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room,
Not Squirrel Nutkin,
lingering
but
in
definitely the
uncertainty,
Greys.
until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket.
Okay.
Needed the soothing warmth of the bucket. Would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No, no, no. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Rip
All of
Stanley.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms.
And still there
a
are
wave
more
of
than when we
comfort
threw
rushed
your
over
tea in
him.
the harbor.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
We are Siamese, if you please.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers. If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
You can't place the bucket. You can't sacrifice the bucket to the broom closet.
We are Siamese, if you don't please.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Meow.
I'm getting pings, hang on. Getting pings in the Discord server, join link in the pin comment. Oh, 20 members, hell yeah. VC.
Lady and the Tramp.
Thumbnail for the stream. The thumbnails. This nah. Look, this is the thumbnail for the stream. When we were in that hole and the wire
Always
emojis.
loved it.
These guys want me to join this fucking VC. They just asked, are you going to watch the Minecraft movie? Completely respectable question.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the
Movie
bucket close,
recommendation.
yet felt none of its
A Boy
familiar
and His
reassurance
Dog,
and
free
comfort.
on Amazon with
And that's
ads.
when Stanley realized,
Oh, look it
this
up.
isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket?
KK.
This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his
bucket!
And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find
The narrator
it.
needs
Far off in the
narcotics.
distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next. None of them were his. None of them were his special bucket.
Come to me, Stanley. Find me.
He had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along. It was incredibly painful. Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
So you shit out a bucket. Oh, fuck.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Oh, I'm dead.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
God, I love this game.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm not gonna pick up the bucket.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
This chat is dead.
I know. Now I kinda wish we had the trolls back in here. Ooh. Perhaps. Not going in there because the music's copyrighted, but you know, I just wanted to see if there was a thingy in there. Oh, you got the one in there.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of
Close
course,
enough.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, this chat is sad.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Emoji starstruck, emoji crying face.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it.
Bit random.
Realized he simply had too much to live for. Nope, still on board with death.
Starstruck was. Crying over the sad chat.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Haha. Screw you, world.
Did you cut your hair?
Yeah. I think I look good.
As the machine whirred into
Barber,
motion,
did you
and
wrong.
Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his
Oh, I
life
like
had
it.
been
That's
of
good.
no consequence whatsoever.
Rude.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture.
I like it.
He
That's
doesn't
good.
know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Sweet release. Oh.
Farewell,
Nicholas.
Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Wow.
He's cute.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to
The
accomplish?
narrator for the narrator.
When every path you can walk has been created for you.
I've seen this already.
Okay, wouldn't go that far. That mostly YIWH. ERM.
That's a bit weird. That's really weird, car.
Help.
Right, chat, I'm gonna head out. I'm tired as fuck.
That's odd.
Wait before y'all all leave.
Night, cutie.
Right. I might be streaming tomorrow, I might not. But if I don't, I'll see y'all on Monday. If you wanna say what you want me to stream, join Discord server. Link in the pinned comment. You can go to hashtag stream session.
This will seem random.
Yeah. I'll see y'all all soon.
Try again.
I mean, try again. Like, begin the game again. Invisible confusion.
No.
This is the story of...
You don't want to see that. What do you mean then?
Go get some sleep.
Alright, I will. You've already heard me do my little outro. I'll see y'all all soon. Please, please, please. If you have the time to join the Discord server, help both us out. And
Just something you think you need to try again at, do it.
alright, I'll keep that in mind. Nightmare. If you guys wanna join the Discord server, because it recently got nuked and we lost like over 70 members, and that's really upset me. So if you wouldn't mind joining, that would mean the world to me. We're now at 20. We're nearly back to where we
Princess.
were. I'll see you guys all soon. Peace.